Good morning, basketball fans out there, and I will let you listen to the intros for our fifth place game here at the girls' side. That's the Riverview starting lineup. Matthew Moncton.
Number 3 in grade 10, Emily Bertolli. Number 6 in grade 12, Leah Telio. Number 8 in grade 10, Rafael Leblanc. Number 9 in grade 10, Ellie Uden. And number 11 in grade 12, Olivia Ballon. Your officials for today's game are Scott Wood and Ian Mack.
All right, fans, so welcome to the fifth and final day of the 2021 DNA Swag Hoop Classic. My name is Dave Tingley. I am solo on the mic for this game, it looks like. I will not be solo the whole day. There's going to be some of the old friends that we've had during the week will be joining me up here eventually, but Taya Bailey on the guys' side, he's going to be doing the in-house announcing all day and going to do a great job for these girls. They're going to love it. But I'm also going to be joined by some local basketball friends and also hopefully some college coaches that I know a little bit who will be in the building later. Talk to them about what they've seen from this year's Hoop Classic. But here we go in the fifth place game. Riverview High Royals win the tip. And Sophia Candy controls over to Jazz Barnett. Mathieu Martin running a little bit of zone here. And Brooke Powers on the floor for Riverview. Jazz Barnett with a two-point jump shot. Good shot. Rebounded in the corner by Brooke Powers. She's been terrific as Brooke Powers this week. Big fan of how tough she plays inside. Good offense by Riverview to start the game. Had trouble with ball movement this tournament. Really struggled getting the ball side to side against some tough defenses. Defenses we've talked about have been ahead of offense this week overall at the tournament. But the effort from the teams has been spectacular. We loved watching. I was saying on the way in to some of these parents and some of the volunteers, they all feel like my kids at this point because I've been rooting for them so strongly all week. And there's been some really fun basketball to watch, and this day is going to be the best. We got fans in the building, atmosphere now, and this Mathieu Martin team, very young and experienced, but been very impressive at moments. And very nice backdoor pass. Bertolin just behind her a little bit and tipped away. And on the wing, missed connection there from Barnett to Albert, but swung all the way around to Brooke Powers, and she back rims a three. Chased after by Lily Barnett. Good hustle by both teams. Well done by Raphael Leblanc in the corner. She's able to save it. And Olivia Doiron had a good tournament. Lily Terrio kind of struggled with her shot a little bit, as has Raphael Leblanc. They're normally sharpshooters from the outside. They haven't been able to really get it going from three-point range this tournament. That's the way it goes when you're shooters. You make you miss. Shoot your way out of it, and they still look confident in what they're doing out there. So the vedettes are going to check it in. Raphael Leblanc. She comes into Emily Uden. Pardon me. I'm going to get it right. Up top to Bertolin. She drives right down the key. Good drive. Rebounded there by Jazz Barnett. Good pass up ahead to Lily Barnett. She's going to spin in the lane. And good kick, good drop pass there. Kick out to Candy, up for three, and it goes down. And Sophia Candy gets the Royals on the board. Nice move by Lily Terrio. And a nice pass to the corner to her backcourt mate. Leblanc misses. She's due for one. I'm cheering for her. Bertolin on the bounce. Off to Uden, and she travels, and it's going back to Riverview High. All right, Sophia Candy's going to check the ball in. Addie Albert had a pretty good game yesterday, especially defensively. She's a menace with those long arms. into Lily Barnett. Good movement from the Royals today. Much better from them. And Albert, nice defense there from Uden. Into the corner, Powers, and she's going to take it. Nice kick out pass to Candy. Back rims this one, but good rebound by Powers. Gets it to Lily Barnett. Nice kick out top to Jazz, and Jazz up with the three and in. And Riverview from downtown early, getting them to go. And Jazz Barnett, she can shoot that. She's a really, really good outside shooter to watch. Oh, nice move there. The stop and go by Lea Terrio. And she is talented. Albert trying to initiate the offense. Real good denial out there up top by the Vedette. Oh, good look. Jazz Barnett in the corner, but Sophia Candy and herself kind of misread each other. She thought Candy was going to stay in the corner for the jumper, and Candy made a cut. Just a little bad luck on the miscommunication there. LeBlanc going to key into Terrio. Start this possession. Addie Albert checking up top. The screen there from Olivia Doiron. And Terrio launches and misses. Rebounded by Doiron, who's had a good tournament. Raphael LeBlanc stuck in the corner to Doiron. She's going to make a move. Tries to kick, and Albert is there, but Doiron hustles and takes it back. But it's a tie-up, and they're going to go to Riverview Royals with a 6-2 early lead here for Riverview. And fans in the stands love to see it. They brought signs. The atmosphere in here has been really good all week, even without fans. There's been so much enthusiasm from the kids just to be in the gym playing in the Hub City, and the volunteers on the sidelines joining in. And almost by little Terry. Lily Thompson into the corner for Barnett. Skip up top to Albert, in there to Lily Barnett. Oh, just knocked away by LeBlanc. Riverview fighting to get it back, and it's coming the other way with Emily Uden. And a pass off the forehead of Lily Terrio, but she collects. Tries to go inside. It's knocked away by Riverview. Barnett on the floor again, digging down there. This time it's going to stay with Mathieu Martin. And I know Jazz's dad, Chris, in the stands here, not listening to it at home, so now I can make fun of him a little bit. No, he's Jazz and his dad always came to talk to me before Moncton Magic games, before they started. And we had nice chats about basketball, and Jazz is really in love with the game. But look at that pass from LeBlanc to Uden. Nicely designed play by Mathieu Martin. Gets him back within two. Addie Albert over to Barnett. Skip pass to Thompson. Looks inside, puts the ball on the floor right. Up to Barnett again. Over to Lily Barnett, into the corner. Nice movement again, Riverview, but just the jumper is short over there from Rowan Domini, making her first appearance. And Alcada with the miss, and nice hustle there from Uden to get back up on the rim. And Uden's had a nice weekend. And Uden and Raphael LeBlanc are very, very close buddies for a very long time. The coach raves about Uden, wants to please all the time, works really hard, makes sure she stays in good shape, eats the right things. She's always wanting to be doing the right thing for her team. And he says he can make adjustments with her mid-game and just say, go with it. And she tries it. If it doesn't work, she tries it again. Rebound there for Riverview. Amelia Jensen with a good box out. Marley Hansen in the game now for Riverview. Up to Jensen. Short, and back comes Raphael LeBlanc, Bertolin. Emily for Matthew with a nice move. Gonna go to the line. Left by a wall of Riverview defenders, but they were too late. Bertolin with that hesitation move, going to the line. And Bertolin, the Swiss Army knife, according to her coach, the team. Tireless, he calls her. And I believe him, because she's been hustling from start to finish in this tournament. Really good on-ball defense. And as we just saw in transition, she can be really dangerous. 1 for 2 from the line. Trying to use my indoor voice here to not disturb the talk of the parents in front of me. So hopefully I'm adding to this game more than taking away from it. Lily Thompson met there by Uden again. Rips that ball away. And timeout Riverview. Up 6-5. As we go to timeout. Get our sponsorship up on the screen. Thanks to the sponsors this weekend. It's we couldn't have done this tournament in a regular year without sponsors. This year it would have been absolutely impossible. So DNA Swag, as always, thank you. And Crandall University here. The venue's been amazing. You guys have there's been just a recent overhaul to the building to this tournament. That's why it looks so good on your screen. And they're not done yet. They're going to redo the floor this weekend and make it look all fancy in here. So Crandall really doing a nice overhaul to their gym. And nice to see some familiar faces in the stands waving at me. I don't recognize you behind your masks until you take them down. Then I recognize you. So some loyal supporters of these girls in the building, and it's nice to see. I'm sure these parents have been itching all week, and the sons or the sisters and brothers and the grandfathers and grandmothers. I see a mix of everybody in the stands, I'm sure. They've been itching to get into this gym and watch some games. And they only get to watch one today. They're ushered out at the end because we're being very safe with our protocols here, and we're glad we went. In the end, we're very glad we went with the tournament we did without fans, because there's been more cases here in the last couple days, and a lockdown happening tonight. Without which, if it was last night, we couldn't have had the fans in the stands today. Lily Theriault reigns in the 3 and puts the Vedette up 2. Lily Thompson goes right, drives. Oh, nice move by her, but comes up short. Rebounded by Alcada, who's had a nice tournament. Jenna Alcada for Mathieu Martin pushing the pace. Ooh, and a travel there by Theriault. Just her feet moved quicker than her brain, which happens a lot to kids this age, but it's nice they get in and, oh, no, we're not going to have a sub in. So as is, Addie Albert attacks over to Lily Thompson. She's going to wait for a screen. No, she goes against the screen, but back to Amelia Jensen up top to Marley Hansen. Finds its way in to Rowan Domini. Nice pass out. Unselfish from Domini, but missed and rebounded by Bertolin. Off to Alcara. Pushes up to Lea Theriault. She's going to look for a shot. It's not there. Look at the defense there by Addie Albert. She's bringing it defensively. Misses, though, with the hustle defense back by Uden. And Mathieu Martin finishes at the other end. Nice little set shot there by Alcada. And a 4-point lead now for Mathieu Martin. Lily Thompson gonna wait for the screen. Uses it. Marley Hansen on the drive. Now out to Amelia Jensen. She's short. Riverview gone cold here. Alcada's gonna push the pace. She's gonna try to go coast to coast left-handed. Oh, good idea from her to drop it off to Emily Bertolin. Just the feet got quicker than the brain again from Mathieu Martin, and a turnover. So we're gonna have a sub here in for Riverview. Brianna Thompson, who's had a really nice weekend. I love how she pushes the pace, pounds that ball, gets Riverview into their stuff. Handoff there from Thompson, and Lily Theriault can't resist reaching in. Picks one up. That little weave action there from Riverview. I like getting things moving. And they've had a tough time this weekend getting things from side to side. It's been a lot more turnovers, I think, than Coach Rich Rafferty is going to expect from as the team goes on. Brianna Thompson goes off that screen hard. Good jump shot, but just again, gone cold as Riverview here from the outside. Olivia Duano hands off to Uden. Little weave action here. Now to Terrio, looking for a screen from Duano. She gets it, and she's going to pop a three. In and out. The story of her weekend. She was hot for a little bit in the second half yesterday. Other than that, that jumper is just not falling for her. But she's taking all the right shots. And speaking of all the right shots, Domini wide open from three. Good shot, but comes up short. And Riverview taking open shots, but probably wants to get a few more paint touches here. And I would start. You got Rowan Domini and Brooke Powers now back in the game for Riverview. That's a nice place to start with some paint touches. Both of them solid inside and unselfish too. Lily Terrio has to collect, and Olivia Duaron, she's going to drive, throws up a right-hand shot, rebounded in there by Marley Hansen. Brianna Thompson pushes the pace. She's going to bring it over to the left side. Thompson, Lily. Nice drop off to Domini. Again, just doesn't go, but keeps it alive to Domini to Thompson. Batted out of bounds by Terrio. And Marc-Andre Leblanc looks like he's going to take a timeout. Yes, he is taking a timeout. And fans, as we go to timeout, we want to thank Keystone Physiotherapy. We're honored and grateful that Keystone Physio has loyally supported the DNA Swag Ladies Hoop Classic for 17 years. In addition to providing professional physiotherapy services to the ladies' games, this year Keystone will be graciously providing a $500 bursary to be awarded to one graduating player on a hosting ladies team. Fantastic community support and many thanks to Keystone Physio, and they've done a terrific job this weekend here with the girls. We got Advanced Health and Physio for the guys, also doing a terrific job. But Keystone's been just great, and I know the girls appreciate it. It's not something they normally get from tournaments, or obviously during the week during the regular league season. So to have that here this weekend is great for them, and the way these kids have been hitting the floor, bumps and bruises, there's been a ton. I know Keystone's helped out. No bad injuries this weekend. I know we've got an injury on St. Malachy's. Avery Allward missed the semifinal game, which is all the more impressive victory for St. Malachy Saints. The comeback over Harrison Trimble last night. We'll see those teams all later today. This game been entertaining so far. Riverview High and Mathieu Martin. And Jazz Barnett back in the game. Going to take the ball out on the sideline for Riverview. Joined by Lily Barnett. Brianna Thompson comes and gets it. Sophia Candy on the floor. She's going to use that screen for Brooke Powers, the fifth member of the Royals on. Brianna Thompson drives baseline, squeezes in, and a nice move from Thompson. Finishes on the baseline and gets Riverview off the schneid. And back within two. Alcada on the wing for Mathieu, using the Olivia Duanon screen. Tries to hit her on the roll. Somehow she gets her hands on it, but it's a turnover back to Riverview. And Olivia Duaron's been terrific for Matthew this weekend. She's really the only big body they have inside, so she's had to bang around in there with all the big girls on these other teams, and she's done yeoman's work in there, setting really good screens, moves the ball well. Up for three from Lily Barnett, follows her own shot, and Duaron steps out of bounds. Good hustle from Barnett, making Duaron work hard for that rebound and forcing a step out. Jazz Barnett going to key it in now for review. Up top, nice steal there from Terrio. And she gets hit on the sidelines. And it's going back to Matthew. And Coach Rafferty over there, fake the pass before you make it. Fake a pass, then make it. Riverview kind of telegraphed that one, I think. Smart player like Terrio, she's going to read that. She's also going to know when to use the screen and when to reject it, and she used it there. Down the lane with the left. And got hit and goes to the line. So Lily Terrio. We've talked about all weekend how talented she is. Talented family her sister was an all-star at this level. Her brother plays as a good JV player for their dad, Eve. Shout out to Eve. Hope you're listening, or hope maybe you're in the building and you're masked and I don't see you. But up for another shot and down is Leoterio. Brianna Thompson. Jazz Barnett looking for Candy, finds her. Good swing over to Thompson. Brianna looks at a three. Maybe should have taken it. It was wide open. Barnett out to Thompson. Now she'll take it. Too much hesitation from Brianna Thompson. She's got a good shot. Get it up. You got a paint touch, in and out. That's a good time for a three. If you're open and you can make it. Riverview just needs a little bit of confidence to grow during the season. Oh, tough. Bad luck there from Jazz Barnett. Good box out. Sometimes those air balls on offense, you lose at your feet, and that's what happened to Barnett there. Matthew, screen from Doiron for Alcada, doesn't go anywhere. Nice block of the cut there by Powers. Good job by Barnett behind her. Well defended there by Riverview. They stopped option 1, 2, 3, and 4 on that out of bounds play from Matthew, and they're going to try something different here. Raphael LeBlanc lines up outside into Uden. Nice fake. Good jump stop with the left hand and in. Emily Uden. Impressive move from her. Ellie Uden having a really good tournament and a nice start to this game. Sophia Candy comes off hard on the right. Can't finish. Met there by Alcada. Uden going to run this one down. She's going to try it by herself and finishes it again. And now the lead is swelled to 8, I think. I think we're wrong on the scoreboard. And Riverview's got to get one up, and it was just too rushed at the end of that quarter. As it comes to a close, it's Riverview trailing 16-8. Must have misspoken. I'm getting some help from the fans here. Fans, I've got so many names in my head from the week that and it's been such a long week and it's early in the morning. I might have, apparently I didn't say Brooke Powers. It's Brooke. Hold on. I should get him back up here. Because I got Brooke Powers. And maybe that said Brooke Power? Anyway, if someone's still listening, maybe text the person that came to see me and get him to come back up. I've got Brooke Powers with an S in there. Anyway, maybe I just messed up the name. It's entirely possible. And I feel bad because all these kids feel like my kids. I was saying to somebody on the way in the gym at this point, I've rooted for them in every game. We're a bunch of saps up here. We want everybody to win awards and players of the game and all that stuff. So as we get the sponsors up there. So fans, we've had a really fun week here. I can't tell you, I'm a member of the men's committee, and I volunteered to do this all week, and people have been really nice about to make remarks and thank me for doing it, but it's honestly been just fun. It's been an absolute blast being around the girls and the guys, and it's going to be a lot of fun today being around parents and all that sort of thing. So I thank everybody for the nice remarks. Seen some of the negative ones, and no, not very many of those. So it's been fun, and I hope today gets even more fun. We're going to have some college coaches in this gym, I'm sure, later. We're going to have different group of volunteers shuffle in and out, different groups of parents shuffle in and out today. I know people want to stick around and see all the games, but we're being super careful with our COVID protocols and stuff this weekend for a reason, and the zone is still having some issues here. So I hope everybody understands why we ran it the way we did, and I hope everybody, at least the live stream here, at least helped everybody be able to watch the games here have some enjoyment without being able to be in the gym. So we're going to keep this going every year now, this live stream for sure, going forward. And we hope that that makes it a more enjoyable experience every year for the kids. So it's all about how to make things better for them, and we're just glad we had the tournament this year for them. So Ellie Uden, Ellie Uden in there for Janelle Cada on the drop-off. Emily Bertolin into the corner for Raphael LeBlanc, and that's short. And rebounded by Marley Hanson on a nice box. Jazz Barnett up to Addie Albert. Wide open is Marley for three. And Hanson knocks it down on a big shot from Riverview. Needed that one. Back to 16-11. Ellie Uden uses the screen of Bertolin on a nice roll. That was pretty. Screen and roll just like they drew it up. Textbook from Mathieu Martin. And Jazz Barnett up top, looks inside. That is a nice pass and nice turnaround from Naomi McDonald, but doesn't finish. Good stuff, though, there from Riverview. Just didn't pay off. Gotta like the movement. LeBlanc off to Alcada. Nice defense by Domini, and she forces a travel. Rowan Domini. She's been terrific this week for Riverview. Real stalwart inside, tough defensively, unselfish, makes herself available in the paint. Just the Riverview offense just hasn't quite clicked. Getting their stuff together here early in the season. When they do, that's a nice feed inside from Domini. But just knocked away from McDonald. She's creating good position in there. Riverview should keep going back to that. It's going to create some good stuff. And look at that pass inside to Doiron from Raphael LeBlanc. She's struggled with her own shot this week, but she's done other things on the floor to help her team, and that was a beautiful feed. And Matthew having some highlight reel hoops here. Jazz Barnett attracting three, and a nice kick to Rowan Domini. More good offense from Riverview. That time it paid off. Jazz Barnett with a nice feed in Domini. She didn't quite have her feet set. That was tough. She was leaning, still made it. Matthew tried to go back to the screen roll, collected by Doiron. Up to Alcada for three. Missed, and Albert. Sorry, that was a miss there from Alcada. Just a missed box out that first time by Riverview, but they secured it on the return. A skip pass over to Marley Hanson. She's going to try again. Oh, just comes up short this time. Really nice box out from Doiron. And she's going to push ahead to Uden. Ellie Uden. Oh, and just a step out there from Bertolin. Bad luck, bad timing on the pass. Lily Theriault returns for Mathieu. And they were able to create some good stuff with her on the bench. Maintain that lead. That's going to be key for Matthew this year. If they can keep that offense humming with Theriault on the bench, that's going to be a welcome sight for Coach Marc-André Leblanc. Look at that denial from Doiron. Not letting Naomi McDonald get to the ball at all. And Bertolin drops it off to Doiron. Misses, but a good rebound there for Hanson. And Doiron's going to reach in and get a foul. It's a good box there by Hanson. Not easy to win a ball out from Olivia Doiron. Wholesale changes here for Riverview. 4 new players. Addie Albert's going to stay, but Lily Thompson comes in. Sophia Candy back. Amelia Jensen. Lily Barnett. Sophia Candy off to Amelia Jensen, over to Addie Albert. Back out to Jensen. She's going to try a jumper, just short, but Lily Thompson, good hustle. Create another one for Jensen. Comes up short, but another good play. Riverview, Sophia Candy that time. Oh, just a pass a little high for Barnett. She created good position, but just didn't hit her on the hands. Uden spins again. Looking for Bertolin, gets it. Bertolin drives baseline, nice feed. Good pass. Nice series of passes there from Matthew. It didn't pay off, but they got an offensive rebound. A stuff there from Lily Barnett on Doiron. Uden going to drive with the left hand, and she's so effective with that left. Ellie Uden up again for 2 more. She's been great to start this game. Sophia Candy going to drive on the left. Gets it knocked away again by Bertolin. Lily Terrio. Leotario off to LeBlanc. Hits Bertolin. Bertolin leaves it nicely for Doiron. Misses, but she follows her own shot. Out to Leotario. She's going to try a 3, and it goes. Pure from Leotario. Such a pretty shot. Confident on the release. Lily Thompson's going to try it right back and banks it in for 3. Lily Thompson. That's a relief for Riverview. 25-16. Leotario on the bounce. Misses. Rebound inside from Doiron. And Doiron's going to go back to the line. Olivia Doiron at the line for 2 shots. Olivia wants to be a pediatrician when she's done. And her coach says she's got the academics to get there, no problem. Was at Odyssey for 2 years before transferring over and on student council, and he calls her the mother hen to the younger kids. And she came over and immediately said, "Coach, tell me what I need to work on. I don't care what I got from my other coaches, you tell me." And she's been really a leader for the Mathieu Moncton program. Marc-Andre Leblanc, his coach, speaks highly of her, as he does all of his kids. I had a discussion with all these coaches before the tournament, and they stretched from anywhere from 20, 25 minutes, half an hour to an hour and a half, and the hour and a half was Marc-Andre. A lot because we're buddies, and I haven't seen him in a long time, and able to finally see him in this gym, but just as much because he couldn't stop talking about how much he likes these kids and the program. And Dieppe basketball too. By the way, fans, Google Dieppe basketball and go check out what they're doing. They finally got a real grassroots program for Dieppe basketball minor. A nice drop off there. Brooke Powers just not able to finish. A little frustrated with herself. She wants that one back. Oh, good defense at the other end by Addie Albert. Good. Another nice play run by Riverview. Get themselves a nice opportunity, just not able to finish. That's been the story of their first half so far. So Raphael LeBlanc going to key things in. Doesn't have anybody. Alcada comes to a rescue, though. Checked there by Candy, but Alcada on the left, down the lane, misses. Oh, a nice box out there by Barnett, but not able to collect. That time, Lily Barnett does. And Jazz up to Addie Albert. Over to Lily Barnett. She's going to attack. Back to Albert, wide open for 3. Misses. Good crash from Riverview, though. Albert's going to try again, misses. And Brooke Power on the hold there. Brooke Powers. Aggressive down there. Love her effort all weekend. She was my player of the game for Riverview last game, I felt. Throwing her body around in there. Tough stuff from her. Just gets too much body contact that time for Powers. Steps in, though, stops that drive from Terrio. Has to kick over to Bertolin. Nice feed across court to Alcada. Just a little short, and again, at the feet of Jazz Barnett. Got caught for a second time on an air ball. Sometimes you expect the ball to hit the rim, and when it doesn't, it's tough to collect. Oh, and Bertolin in there, dig it again for another steal. It's going to stay with Riverview. And it's going to be a timeout for the Mathieu Moncton. So fans, we want to talk a little bit about also Watts Leasing, a sponsor of the girls ladies side of the Hoop Classic this year. They're a locally owned company specializing in the rental and leasing of all types of transportation and storage equipment. They're thrilled to be part of the 2021 DNA Swag Ladies Hoop Classic, and we're thrilled to have you. So Watts Leasing, thanks for your support this week. And to all the viewers, we want to make sure you know about our silver sponsor, Jacinthe Leblanc Sports Photography. That's Jacinthe, Jacinthe Leblanc. Okay, I'm spelling it because you should Google her. You should Google the DNA Swag Hoop Classic. Go to either the men's or ladies' website. Either way, you can find photographs that Jacinthe and her assistant Mathieu Chasson, who was here last night, and I got to talk to him for the first time in a while. They work with the Magic, Moncton Magic in town, and they do terrific work. You go to the men's or ladies' websites for this tournament and locate the sponsors listing where you can click on Jacinthe Leblanc Sports Photography logo and be directed to the game photos along with instructions on how to purchase. Photos are $20 each, or all photos taken of one player for the entire tournament are $40. If game photos have not yet been posted, be patient and check back later, as our photographer is shooting back-to-back games as well as editing and uploading when she's able. And looking after all your signage needs for more than 25 years, Signway is a locally owned company offering quality sign solutions to businesses throughout Atlantic Canada and shipping from coast to coast. Troy Hansen would like to congratulate all the graduates playing in the Hoops Classic this year and remind them to reach out for grad banners over the coming months. That's Signway. Thanks for their sponsorship. And as we get back to the action, Brandon Thompson back in for Riverview. Rowan Dominy rolls, not there. Brooke Powers tries to step to the hoop, but gets tied up there by Olivia Doiron. More good defense from her. And I'm going to check in now. LeBlanc off to her backcourt mate, Bertolin off to her mate, Leah Terrio. Leah swings it over to Ellie Uden. Long, Jazz Barnett with a good box out again. Brandon Thompson pushes the pace over to Barnett. She's got a three. She's going to take it and miss off the back rim. Well rebounded though from Riverview, and Candy gets smothered by Bertolin. Bertolin's a tough cookie. She's not going to give you an easy layup. And it's only her first. Okay. Thought maybe it was her second. Got to check foul trouble for Mathieu Martin sometimes. They're not deep. They are a small group, but they are together. And short there from Candy. So back to Mathieu Martin, Leah Theriot. Hands off to Ellie Uden. She's going to take it lefty again. And in there, Rowan Dominy digging. And Rowan Dominy is a talented guitar player, apparently, and she also wants to be a pediatrician and play soccer at RHS as well. And love those multi-sport kids. They're usually tough cookies, and she's one, is Dominy. Oh, Barnett looking to the corner for Dominy, but good anticipation from Al-Qadab, but Dominy plays good belly-up defense, forces a turnover. Thompson in there, but stuffed by Doiron, but look at that unselfish play. Rowan Dominy collects, and a little handoff to Brooke Powers, who lays it in. Nice little dump off there by Dominy. Leaterio on the handoff. Oh, nice move from her, but well defended too by Thompson. Made it a tough shot. Brianna Thompson looking for a teammate up. Nicely done. Dominy inside, up for two more for Riverview. On the feed from Candy. Nicely done from her, and back within 5 is Riverview now, making a little run here towards the end of the first half. Oh, and a little miscommunication there from Riverview. So Brooke Power, that finish there. She's a multi-sport player herself, plays volleyball and soccer, and wants to be a biomedical engineer or physiotherapist. Love the goals from the girls. And judging from speaking to their coaches, these are realistic goals for them given their academics, these kids. A lot of good students on these teams, good kids. Coaches can't stop talking about how much they love coaching these kids. Inside for Barnett. on a feed from Powers. Oh, but it's going to go back to Matthew. They must have knocked it off of Jazz Barnett out of bounds. Nicely done. Barnett, also a volleyball player, and volunteers coaching basketball and plans to take kinesiology. Man, these girls are going to accomplish big stuff in the coming years. Good on them. Lily Terrio pounds the ball right. Up top to, excuse me. Pardon me, fans. The voice is getting a little bit rusty. I had to go and purchase some lozenges this morning, probably to get me through the day. I'm not getting sick, don't worry. Just, you know, all this talking for 5 days got me a little scratchy. So if I pause for a drink, you'll know why. Jazz Barnett gets it knocked away from Ellie Uden. The defense up top. Uden and Terrio. Candy, though, beats it. Looks to the corner. And Alcada picks that off. So Mathieu, after a few consecutive really good fruitful Riverview possessions, Mathieu has turned it back up again. Turned him over. Now they're looking for a score and a stop here to extend this lead, and Riverview looking for the opposite. Bertolin off to Uden, drives lefty, and that's going to go in. Oh, I thought for sure. She's rarely missed that little lefty runner all week, because Ellie Uden, it's been deadly for her team. She's got such good touch with the left hand. I was shocked she missed. But they got a second chance opportunity. 11 seconds on the shot clock. She's going to drive left-handed again. Missed 2 in a row. That hasn't happened, I don't think, all week. Jump ball stays with Matthew. Now they've got 14 seconds now. Alcada gonna key in. Oh, nice little move there in the corner by Uden. Didn't get it and then ripped away by Powers and forces a turnover back to Riverview. She never misses an opportunity to get on the floor after the ball. Does Powers. And a timeout from Riverview, trying to create something here in the end of the quarter. So fans, again, I'm going to be with you all day. I don't know who's going to be up here joining me. Maybe I'm by myself for a couple games. I'm not sure. We'll find out. But I hope you enjoy the commentary nonetheless, even though it's just solo. I know we've enjoyed doing it for you all week. We're going to have I think we're going to have an all-ladies commentary for the ladies' final tonight. Megan Campbell and I think we'll be joined later on by Kelly Vass. I think. I hope. If Kelly, if you guys are listening, I really want you guys to do it. I think it'd be fun. So we might have an all-ladies broadcasting team for the ladies' final. I'll be back for the guys' final. And I'll have somebody with me for sure for that one. Not sure who yet. Might have a rotating stable of guests, like a award show up here or something. But we'll find out. Probably be joined later on by Norval McConnell for one of the guys' games leading up to the final. His team, the Moncton High Purple Knights, is in the final against Bernice McNaughton. And loyal friend Taya Bailey and I have a friendly wager on the line about who's going to win. Since we don't, but none of us have any money, so it's not going to be a money wager. But we'll. I've got Bernice McNaughton as the favorite in the guys' final. He's got Moncton High. I think Moncton High is the clear favorite in the girls' final as Brianna Thompson gets to the glass and tries to finish, but collected there by Powers. Riverview still has 8 seconds left. Jazz Barnett in the corner, just misses, but rebounded by Powers. Up again is Powers at the buzzer. Rowan Dominy a little short. Riverview created a lot of opportunities, just didn't get one to go, but I think it's a positive ending for Riverview to that half. Definitely gave themselves more opportunity on the offensive end. Didn't turn the ball over quite as much, but if I'm Mathieu Martin, I've taken a 5-point lead to the break, and you can't beat that. So fans, that was a fun first half to watch. We got another half ahead of us, so come back, if you will, for the second half of Mathieu Martin and Riverview. We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back, fans, to the start of the second half of the first game of 6 today here at the 2021 DNA Swag Hoop Classic. My name is Dave Tingley. I am alone up here on the mic for the time being, probably for a game or two, to be joined by helpful assistance later, I would imagine, if I can get people to stop being chickens and come join me on the mic. If not, we'll have a good time here no matter what. But
I apologize for the wrong information earlier.
I didn't hear the apology from there's an apology that was directed towards me from the bench from Taya Bailey. I did not hear that, so I'm going to text them and find out. In the meantime, I want to talk about Brooke Power. So, in many apologies, I got clarification at halftime. The first edition of the program had her name as a plural, but it is Brooke Power, and it's important to know her name because she's terrific for the Royals. And she starts the second half for her team with Barnett, and tipped by Barnett, and almost recovered. Bad luck there for the Royals. They had Barnett didn't tip it. It was probably going to be stolen by Addie Albert. Sophia Candy now pushes the ball. Albert in the backcourt with her, looking for a screen from Domini, rejects it, goes back to Domini. Domini looks inside to Power, who rolls at the left and finishes. Nice possession to start for Riverview. Big to big, you love to see it, and Domini, unselfish and a good passer, gets it into Power. Little dribble handoff motion here for Matthew, creates a shot for Ellie Uden, and she's been great. And fans, if you notice, I rave about her left-hand finishing because she is obviously right-handed, but she's got that left-hand finish. Reminds me of Mike Conley, a longtime pro in the NBA who's right-handed, but finishes real well in the lane with his left, and that's her. And Domini with a great start to the third quarter. Drop it a dime and then drop it in a three from long range. And Riverview back within three. Leoterio panning the ball against Addie Albert. Nice screen and roll again, but just off the back rim there from Olivia Doiron. Addie Albert up the floor. And looks Jazz Barnett on the look in there to Power, but she just wasn't quite ready yet. But she's ready for the offensive board. Back out and down again for Rowan Domini. A dominating start to the second half for her. And Riverview back within one, quick as you like. Leia Terrio on the move. A little bit of a wild left-handed shot, but look at that rebound from Doiron. Bertolin over to Uden. Looking for the roll to Doiron, not there. Back out to Bertolin, but digging there for the steal is Jazz Barnett. And Power gonna look to go coast to coast on Raphael LeBlanc, and she lays it up and in. So the bigs inside for Riverview, controlling things at the start of the third quarter. Domini and Power doing work. Lily Terrio now up top, faced with the first deficit in a while. And a nice look inside the Doiron. And she's going to go to the line for two. So Leoterio calms things down, gets a nice pass inside to Doiron. Going to go to the line, and we talked about how big Doiron has been this weekend for the vedette. Into the game comes Lily Barnett for Brooke Power. Having a quick seat. I imagine you'll see her again before long. Review trying to get everybody some minutes. It's an inexperienced Riverview team. Last year they had a lot of turnover, and then COVID year, and it's really been caused a slow start for these girls a little bit to their high school career, but looked a lot better today as Riverview moving the ball. A nice move by Albert. She's going to take it herself. Wild shot comes up short. Lily Terrio, she's going to push it against Candy, and Albert moving her feet well against Terrio. Nice look to Doiron. Close out there by Lily Barnett. Little handoff action. Oh, and a cross-court pass picked off by Candy. She's got nobody with her. Nice crossover. Pardon me, that was Albert. Over to Candy. The open floor, the way they move is so similar, Candy and Albert. It's not the last time I've done that. The first time I've done that this week. So long and fluid are those athletes in the backcourt for Riverview. Albert coming to the corner. Over to Candy. Looking for some action for Jazz Barnett for the shot, and they get it. Oh, just off the back rim. Good out of bounds play for Riverview. Talked to Jazz's dad at halftime, Chris, and he commented how some of the girls are commenting about how it's different shooting in this Crandall gym a little bit with the backdrop. And that is true. I was about to say Lily Terrio has had a tougher weekend shooting than normal, which would lend credence to that point, but then she goes and bangs one in. Gets on the board in the second half. This Terrio, and tough defense here, but nicely done there by Jazz Barnett to Albert, who finishes with the jumper. So tight defense there from the Moncton guards, doesn't phase Barnett and Albert as they create something good there and get the Royals back within one. Look at that pass. Oh, how good is that? Nifty stuff. Roll the highlight film for that one. Lily Terrio with a next level pass to Dwaron, has a next level finish. And I say next level because Lily Terrio's got the talent to play beyond her years at Mathieu. Got to be some colleges looking at her. In the ACAA particularly, I would imagine. I'd be shocked if she didn't get a look. Didn't keep playing. Albert with the shake and a nice pass inside to Lily Barnett. Misses, but she collects, but she makes the mistake of putting it down on the floor. And it's taken away. Lily Terrio. Uden again pops with that left, but comes up short. Candy with the rebound in there, but grabbed by Emily Bertolin, who doesn't let anything go unchallenged, as we've talked about. (34-30), Mathieu Moncton. Ball on the out of bounds line. They've withstood a run here from Riverview. Watch them take the lead and then wrestled it back. Collected there by Candy up to Albert. Gonna look to push. There's Jazz Barnett. Nice pass inside from Barnett to Domini. Pretty fast break there for Riverview. Just what you like to see. Get the ball wide. Find that big girl. If she's sprinted and gotten her position. Oh, and there's two in a row now. Look out. Leia Terrio gets hot. That spells trouble. She hit 4 in a quick span there the other day. Get her team closer, but Domini. A little bit long on the follow after the offensive rebound. Leia Terrio with the hit ahead to Bertolin. Look at that patience. That is well done from Bertolin. Because the temptation is just to keep going with the momentum. Sometimes you can get out of control. She collected herself real well. Took the hit and is going to the line. Bertolin's is the most athletic player on the floor too, says her coach for Matthew. It's got such an even-keeled team, he says. It's tough even when there's a really nice play that they make. It's tough to get them excited because they're so even-keeled and just on to the next thing. He says she gets usually a block a game. That's a spectacular one, and he looks around to see who else is celebrating with him, and nobody is. They're just clapping and saying, nice job. And, so it's tough to get his kids to get too excited. They're just working. On to the next thing. Nice ball movement from Riverview, and Barnett with a 3. Lily Barnett. 2 Barnetts can shoot here for Riverview from the outside. Lily says, Jazz can do it, I can do it too. Knocks one down, and oh, miscommunication there defensively, but they get away with it. Theriault was a little short on that one. Up the floor is Brianna Thompson. Over to Marley Hansen. Cut off there, back to Thompson. She beats the defense there, gets inside, and she's gonna go to the line. I love Brianna Thompson's energy with the ball in her hands. She really tries to make stuff happen for Riverview. Pushing the pace. She's a bowling ball when she gets in that lane. She's not afraid to take some contact. Short on the first free throw though. 39-35, 4 minutes left in the opening game. Today's 2021 DNA Swag Hoop Classic, the 5th place game in the girls' side. Leah Theriault now, up 3, is Mathieu. And there, nice crossover from Bertolin. How'd she get the pass out to Leah Theriault? That was pretty, but it's missed, but it's batted out by Alcada. Oh, and Raphael Leblanc. That would have been a tough catch from Theriault. Her dad gives her a little head shake like, nah, it's probably not going to get there, but love the attempt. That was a hard baseball pass. It was on target, just she was so closely guarded, couldn't collect it. It was Theriault. Over to Albert, waiting for Barnett to join her on this side. She does. Look at that pass down to Domini. Big to big. That action's been working well, no matter who the bigs are on the floor for Riverview, but Domini continues her big third quarter for Riverview. Back to 1. Uden pops with the right hand. Brianna Thompson collects the rebound. Riverview has a chance to take the lead back. Oh, but Theriault, and that's going to be, yeah, and she knew it right away, did Brianna Thompson. And they have no choice but to call it unsportsmanlike. And for those of you that don't know that rule, if you don't make a play on the ball, even if it's not an rough contact or dirty play, if you don't make a play on the ball, then it qualifies as an unsportsmanlike. So Brianna Thompson, just reacting to her turnover, just grabbed Leah Theriault on the way by, but didn't make a play on the ball, so it qualifies as a unsportsmanlike. And Matthew's going to keep the ball. It's a good call. Unfortunate. The rule kind of is a little bit excessively penal, in my opinion, for something like that. Unsportsmanlike should be saved for, I know she didn't make a play on the ball, but anyway, back to the action. We'll talk about the rule book later. Leah Theriault down to Bertolin. Nice kick to the corner. Raphael Leblanc. Neat. Man, I'd like to see her make one before the end of this game. She's a good offensive player who just hasn't made anything this weekend. Really just taking good shots, though. Rowan Domini misses the right-handed turnaround. Leah Theriault back at it. There's LeBlanc. There's Leah Theriault in the corner. On the left-hand bounce into the corner. Good pass from Bertolin up top. There goes LeBlanc. A high off the glass, but misses. Riverview not able to collect. It bounces to Alcada. She swings all the way over. Theriault, nice pass up to Uden. Man, I do that once a game. Still, Uden off the back rim. Brianna Thompson pushes. Looking for Lily Barnett inside. A lot of contact. No call. Uden with a great pass. And laying it in is Jenna Alcada. Pretty finish with the right hand there by the lefty. Albert looking to Marley Hansen, who down to Lily Barnett. She's going to drive right-handed. Gets grabbed there by LeBlanc. So 41-38 the score now. Some changes here for both teams. LeBlanc's going to come out. Olivia Duaron back in. Naomi McDonald back in for review, as is Lily Thompson, Jazz Barnett, Brooke Power. Brianna Thompson stays on. Jazz into Lily. Thompson uses the screen. Nice roll there by Power, and she's going to put it up with the left hand and score. And her great third quarter continues. Maybe this game will be where she gets her player of the game. I thought she should have had it last time. And Lily Terrio. Leah Terrio. Why do I want to call her Lily? Leah Terrio. Oh, people, I'm drunk with names this week. Leah Terrio. Brooke Power. Trying to get it back after the 3 from Terrio. That pass was tough at Power's feet, but knocked out by Doiron. It's going to stay with Riverview. Barnett, let's see if they run that action to get Barnett the shot in the corner again. Oh, back out to Thompson. Puts it on the floor left-handed. She wanted to go to Naomi McDonald, but wasn't there. McDonald did not have position and wasn't asking for the ball, so turned it over back to Mathieu. And Matthew, it's been an entertaining quarter, this one, back and forth. Riverview's picked up their play. Matthew had to react, and they've done so. So, fans, again, we want to encourage you to go to Gisèle LeBlanc Sports Photography. Her and her partner are photographing all of the games at the 2021 DNA Swag Hoop Classic and posting all the pictures on their website. And those, you can access that from either DNA Swag Men's or Ladies Hoop Classic webpage. Just Google DNA Swag Hoop Classic and you'll get there. Either one. You got the sponsors listing there. You click on Gisèle LeBlanc Sports Photography logo and you'll be directed to the game photos along with instructions on how to purchase. Photos are $20 each, or photos taken of one player for the whole tournament is $40. If the photos haven't yet been posted, just be patient, check back later, as they're shooting all the games, as well as editing and uploading when they're ready. All right, so just be patient, and you'll get there. Looking after all your signage needs for more than 25 years, Signway, a sponsor, is a locally owned company offering quality sign solutions to businesses throughout Atlantic Canada and shipping from coast to coast. Troy Hansen would like to congratulate all the graduates playing in the Hoop Classics this year and remind them to reach out for grad banners over the coming months. That's Signway. Thanks to them for sponsoring. So Riverview out of the timeout, 1:08 remaining in the third quarter, trailing Mathieu Martin 44-41. And Scott Wood over there trying to encourage Marc-Andre LeBlanc to get things going here. Get out of his timeout. I don't know what, something's going on. Riverview's waiting, and Matthew's still chatting. And Mark with his Greg Popovich-esque chair, just as if he's some sort of professional, sitting there in the middle of that timeout. We said yesterday, Marc-Andre, that the way that's going to look good is if you have somebody putting your chair down and picking it up for you. That way it'll look good. You doing it yourself, it just, you know, it's not got the same professional look, but that's okay. Back to the action. Mathieu Martin. Let's see what play they got designed. It's a good one. Gets Doiron. Layup attempt at the rim, and she just missed it in and out. Rebounded by Power, but Lily Thompson pushing the pace. Got tied up, but it's going to stay with Riverview. Jazz Barnett taking it out of bounds. Screen there. Series of screens. Good job to be breaking it up there by Olivia Doiron. Naomi McDonald trying to make herself big and open there. A little bit of a different look on this out of bounds play. Up to Thompson, run perfectly. There's Barnett. Up for 3 again. Oh, just off the front rim, but rebounded by Naomi McDonald in the corner. Oh, and she thought Jazz Barnett was going to the opposite corner when Barnett was cutting to the rim. Miscommunication and a turnover for Riverview. So 44-41, clock 35 seconds now, clock running. Let's see if Matthew runs a quick one. Nope, they're gonna be patient. Leah Terrio just gets that tipped. Power got her hand on that one, and she's running the floor. And she's up ahead of the pack and just fumbles it out of bounds. Just bad luck. Did 9 consecutive things right. And Coach Rafferty throws his hands up and goes, oh no. Claps his hands at the effort. That's all you can do. Just a physical mistake, and Leotario makes them pay for it. Big swing there late in this quarter. Instead of a 1-point game, we got a 6-point game. And Riverview goes to the fourth, trailing by 6, and Matthew lifted by that late 3 from Terrio. And we're set for a tight and entertaining fourth quarter. Both teams really want to end this week with a win. And like I say, we're a bunch of saps up here. We think they both deserve it. So I've become a big fan. Like I say, I feel like I'm I feel like I'm the parent of all these kids. Most of them I haven't even met. So it's a strange feeling. Feel like you're getting to know these kids, talking to their coaches and watching them play and reading the bios that the coaches provided. In some cases, the kids themselves provided. And yeah, you're rooting for them because you know a bunch of good kids just playing hard and wanting to have good things happen. So, you know, I hope for just a really well-played, close ending for this game and for these kids to be able to take a bunch of stuff throughout the rest of the year. I think Riverview, a bit of a rebuilding year we talked about, and they had lost a bunch of kids from the team 2 years ago, which is veteran-laden. I think they had 7 kids graduate that year. Anyway, wonderful team that they had, and just, you know, a little lull because that last year had a bunch of new players to varsity who didn't get any experience, and now a lot of them they're practically rookies this year. So, you know, they're going to go through some ups and downs. Meanwhile, Mathieu, you know, the Matthew Martin programs, guys and girls, tend to go through peaks and valleys. You get a group of kids that are really interested in they become really strong for a couple years, and then they ebb and flow a little bit. And they're trying. I know Marc Andre and a bunch of dedicated parents in Dieppe are trying to. They've started Dieppe basketball, which I encourage people to go and Google, find Dieppe basketball online, and take a look at what they're doing. They tried to get 60 kids to sign up for a minor program this year, and they got 160. So promising stuff there. They're trying to make basketball a viable option for kids, a part of the culture, the way that, you know, volleyball, soccer, hockey, all those sports are, and give the kids, you know, a choice. You know, you can play those sports, sure, if you love them, but basketball is also an option for you, and they're trying to, you know, kind of ingrain it in the culture a little bit in the French-speaking areas of the province, and starting in Dieppe, and that's a good spot because there's lots of good athletes, as we can see on this girls team. My goodness, they put on a show this week. Uden back rims it. Alcara collects. And up for 2. Jenna Alcara continues her impressive weekend. 2 more, and the lead stretches out to 8. And Riverview just a minute ago had a breakaway layup to bring it to within 2. And it's kind of gotten away from them here the last just brief couple of minutes, but look at that steal from Addie Albert. Don't see Leotario getting her pocket picked very often like that. Candy on the bounce in the left, and the block from Terrio. Man, impressive stuff right back from Terrio. But Candy gets on the floor and maintains possession for Riverview. Marley Hansen to key it in for Riverview. And that was never going to get there. Leotario was all, Bertolin. Emily Bertolin was all over it. They're going the other way. 8-point lead for Mathieu. And they deserve it. They played a solid game so far. Duanon looking to set the screen for Terrio. She does. There's the roll. Too high. Was read real well there. Real well by Domini, who got her hand on it. Another jump ball back to Riverview. Emily Hansen in the game now for Riverview as well. Gets up there and sets a nice screen for, and Albert just lost it as she came across and tried to desperation throw it, but she can't. And a nice break there from Matthew. Leotario to Alcara, lays it in, and it's a double-digit lead now for the Vedettes as they go to a timeout. And Coach Richard Rafferty He's got to calm his kids down. It's not in the bag yet. You got to come back in ya. There's going to be some subs. You can already tell here. What he's talking about, I would say more than likely, is getting back to moving that ball. Paint touches is what got them success here early on and then in that third quarter. And their comeback. They even took the lead at one point in the third quarter to Riverview High, but since then, the Vedette have gotten back to forcing some turnovers from Riverview High. And if I'm Marc-Andre, I'm saying, hey, do what you're doing. Stick to what you're doing well. Okay, had a couple of turnovers offensively. I think he's talking a little bit about that screen roll and decision making. And he's also demonstrating something defensively. It almost took out poor Scott Wood. Scott Wood, his limbs are old enough already, Marc-Andre. You take him out at the knees, and we're going to have one less referee in this city. And we can't afford that. Scott Wood, especially a good one. I know all you know who I mean by Scott Wood, been around for years, dedicated basketball guy, official now, and a good one. Like to see him walk in the gym with the whistle. Brianna Thompson. She wheels all the way around to this side of the floor and back. And Heidi Albert tried to get it inside to Brooke Power, but Power wasn't looking. Just not quite patient enough and needed to give her big girl another second or two. Brianna Thompson denying that pass into Terrio on the run, and Domini gets her hand on it. And Power now beats the defense of Terrio. She's going to go left-handed and misses, but she's going back to the line. So Power back to the line for two more shots. For a kid with size, she's also got a pretty good handle and can get up the floor pretty quickly. Misses the first, this Power. And see if she can make this a single-digit lead again. She does. And for everybody listening, I'm going to try to go through these bios. Everything's been such a rush and a jumble and everything this week during these games. I try to get in information, all the information that I can about these girls. As Marc-Andre physically hauls Emily Bertolin off the floor. Didn't realize she was subbed out. Leah Terrio pushes up to Alcara, back to Terrio. She's going to pop another three, and I thought for sure that was going down, but it doesn't. I'm going to try to fit in all this bio stuff late in this game that the coaches and the kids provided me, because I haven't for everybody, and I feel bad about it because they worked based on me asking them to. Give me some information on your kids, and I haven't filled just everything. You want to get the sponsors mentioned, you want to talk about the game, you want to talk about what's going on, and look at that feed. Man, Rowan Domini and Brooke Power have been a connection in this second half for Riverview High, haven't they? And Brianna Thompson gives Terrio a little shove. She looks at the ref like, come on. They're letting physical play go this tournament, are the refs. Look at that fit. Oh, I thought for sure that was going down for Uden, but just Rowan Domini able to get it over to Sophia Candy. And Riverview now back within 7, trying to make another little push. Skip pass over to Brianna Thompson. She's going to take that right-handed drive. And before she's able to get the shot up, Leah Terrio gives her a grab. Only 2 on Terrio. Okay, that's good. She's been playing such physical defense. I thought she probably had at least 3, but nope, playing hard and playing without fouling. That's a good defensive player, and Terrio is one. Jazz Barnett back into the game now for Candy. Brianna Thompson up top. She's going to use Domini's screen. They're running Jazz Barnett all the way through, but Brianna Thompson had the shot to herself and just back rimmed it. Jenna Alcara, skip pass to the corner. Terrio's going to pop. Comes up short, but she's not boxed out. Gets it to Uden, and Uden back rims it. And a rebound from Power, tied up by Terrio. How many times has Leah Terrio dug in there and tied one up for her team today? Creating another jump ball. It's back to Matthew. And they're going to run Leah Terrio away from the ball. I bet you they're bringing her back through. Maybe a little elevator play here. Nope, Uden's going to pop out and get it. Go attack on the right. Terrio back to Uden. Looked like she moved both her feet first, but no, she penetrated with the left hand and got a foul. Brandon Thompson, that's her third. So Raphael Leblanc checks it out for Mathieu. Here comes Leah Terrio. She's going to go right-handed now on the attack. Maddie Albert trying to reach in there with both hands and grab the ball, but gets a lot of her arm. And Leah Terrio is going to go to the line, trying to extend this lead. So Addie Albert, only a grade 10 for the Royals, so she's got a couple years left. She's played for 7 years, also plays volleyball. Love the volleyball players. I'm a huge volleyball guy. And she and her family spend a lot of time in PEI on the beaches when things allow. It's her favorite. That's her happy place. Addie Albert. Brooke Power. Back to Brandon Thompson. Into Albert. Nice feed. Into Power, who lays it in again. A powerful third quarter for her. And we'll be back within 6. They found something. I think this combination of front court has Riverview. Jazz Barnett cuts off Uden, and they work it to the corner to Alcada. And Rowan Dominy, another rebound. Brandon Thompson brings the ball up the floor. And swings all the way over to Albert. She puts it on the floor. Back up to Brandon Thompson. Not there, but Power. Another good move, and she creates it for Jazz Barnett. Down and in for 3. And Riverview back to a 3-point lead. And there's a nice screen from Terry, and a nice roll and a good deflection there from Power. And Jazz Barnett picked it off and attacks with the right hand and out of bounds, and Riverview maintains it. It's a little run here from the Royals. Back to a 3-point game. Set up for a good finish here as we approach the halfway point of the third quarter. Addie Albert comes and gets the ball. Looking for a screen from Power. She uses it in a nice roll. Oh, a little tip there from Alcada on the way by. Creates the turnover. Now she's going to lay it in. Big play from Alcada. Stretches it back to 5. Jazz Barnett on the attack with the right hand. Rowan Dominy up. Oh, just the back rims it for 2. Nice hustle there from Lily Thompson. The senior, the one going to study pastry arts at Holland College, a dangerous girl to know. With my waistline. Has played since she was a little kid and runs RHS cross country like more than one of these girls does in the RHS team. So, yeah, fans, as we get towards the end of this game, the last we're going to see these two teams, they did provide me with a lot of bio stuff, and I've talked more about how my impressions of them on the floor and how hard they've played and well they've played, rather than consulted the bios. So I'm going to get this stuff out because they provided me with some good stuff here. So we've talked about Lily Thompson, we've talked about Brooke Power. Amelia Jensen, number 7. Particularly want to talk about the seniors. So Amelia Jensen is a senior for Riverview. Played for 9 years. She's a grad executive at Riverview High School. Plans on getting a Bachelor of Science somewhere next year. So thanks, Amelia, for playing in this tournament. Marley Hansen, another senior, number 4 for Riverview. We've seen a lot of her today. She's played for 10 years. She's another cross-country athlete for Riverview High. Another member of the grad class executive. Wants to become a lawyer and going to UNB to study law and society. She's one. That's somebody you want to know. The pastry arts thing, that's going to kill me. I need more lawyers in my life, though, probably. So and Naomi McDonald, another senior post player. and she is a favorite of Coach Rich Rafferty too. Works hard in practice. Been a leader. So those are the grade 12s. And yeah, we'll miss you grade 12ers, as we miss all the grade 12s when they leave our tournament. Lily Thompson, looks inside for nice hands there from Rowan Dominy, digs it out, gets to the corner. Lily Thompson back up to Candy. She's going to drive with the left hand to the lane, gets it knocked away, but a foul. And Rich Rafferty made that call before Scott Wood did. They were both right. Little hack there, Leotario's third. Some of these kids playing with three. Lily Barnett, nice kick back out to Candy. Goes to the corner, a nice save attempted there by Addie Albert. Good hustle. Just wasn't able to bat it back in. Back to Riverview, or back to Mathieu, pardon me. So 5-point lead, just under 5 remaining in the fourth quarter. Raphael LeBlanc, Thériault. Nice job going away and coming back to the ball. And she's trying to find her backcourt mate, LeBlanc. Over to Alcaraz. She's going to drive with the left. No, back to LeBlanc, over to Thériault. Uses that screen. Nice roll. Oh, yes. That's been a pretty combination. And Olivia Doiron knows how to roll and finish off of it. Lead back out to 7. Into Rowan Dominy. And just ripped away there by Thériault. You can't put it down between your knees or hold it away from your body. If you're Addie Albert in the presence of Leah Thériault, she's going to rip it away from you. And back comes the senior Naomi McDonald in for Dominy. So Lily Barnett and Naomi McDonald, the two bigs in for Riverview. This offense has worked well when they've gotten into the bigs this quarter, the last 2 quarters, and there it is again. Lily Barnett, the good, makes herself big in there. Puts it down once on the floor, goes up hard, and earns a trip to the line. Olivia Doiron with her second. Not in any foul trouble. There's a big one for Lily Barnett. Pulls the Royals back to 7 or 6, is it? I thought it was already 7, but maybe I was wrong. Makes 2 for 2. And Riverview, I think back within 5. Yes, there we go. That's the tail of the tape on the scoreboard. Alcaraz looks for Doiron, uses her screen. Nice block there from Barnett and ripped away by Sophia Candy, who's fouled. So one more of those and Riverview will have free throws. Big possession here for Riverview. They're all become big here late. Both of these teams would love a win to end their DNA Swag Hoop Classic experience this year. Candy puts it on the floor once, up with a jumper, just a bit long, run down by Thériault, and she's fouled over there by Lily Barnett. And foul also next time, trip to the line next time for Mathieu Martin. Not this time though. Marley Hansen, the senior, checking back in. I bet the seniors will see a lot of run here late for the Royals. Addie Albert over there, grade 10. Check. Oh, and Lily Thompson went for the steal against Leah Thériault, didn't get it. That might spell trouble because she's going to find somebody open. And it does spell trouble. A foul there. Lily Barnett looks confused. That did look, yeah. Scott Wood's saying a little bit of a hip check. There's been a lot of contact down there. And Lily Barnett's like, that one earned me one. I've done worse than that this game. That's the kind of look that it appeared to be. Bertolin at the line. Looking to extend the lead, but comes up short with shot number 1. Number 2 now.
Up and short as well. And run down. Run down on the corner by Marley Hansen. And a big shot from Lily Thompson. Huge for Riverview. A long two. Again, Lily Thompson goes for the steal. Lily Theriault not able to take advantage in the break. Pulls it back out. Into the corner is Alcala looking to go left. Good defense there by Naomi McDonald, keeping her under wraps. And more good defense there by Marley Hansen. Lily Theriault, though, comes to the ball, calms things down. They only have 3 seconds on the clock. She's shake and bake. Attempts a three, in and out. But rebound by Alcala, who saves it, but into Lily Barnett. Collected by Marley. Hansen up the floor. Look at that penetration from Albert. Oh, and tries to kick it to her backcourt mate that just made one. Love the attempt, just didn't quite make it. Now Riverview comes with their finishing group, and this group has played terrific in their minutes today together. I love what Rich Rafferty's done here. Gotten his seniors some minutes and then went back with the combination that's really worked. Brianna Thompson, Addie Albert, Jazz Barnett, and the two bigs that have been a terrific combo in this half, Rowan Dominy and Brooke Power. But look at that screen roll. Just missed, though, by Doiron. That's big. That could have put them up 5. Good offense from them, and look at that from Dominy. Oh, just comes up short, but Brianna Thompson follows, gets it back out to Dominy. She's going to pop a 3. It comes up short. Brianna Thompson on the save. She's trying to get it back out, but it's going to be a jump ball back to Matthew. And that jump arrow, so key in girls basketball. So many tie-ups happen in this. That's the one big difference you'll see. Ladies over men. All the arrow is so important because there's so many tie-ups. Ladies basketball. These girls fight and dig and claw for that ball. Ella Uden, pardon me, off of the screen. Leah Theriault with a big 3. Short, nice box out there by Barnett. Doiron got nowhere near the hoop. Addie Albert. That pass is tipped. And Uden has a run out. Albert gets back to challenge, but that's a huge hoop from Uden. And up to 5 goes the lead. And Riverview can't afford those live ball turnovers, not against Uden and Theriault. They've been too effective. Too effective. And fans, last thing I want to mention here as far as sponsorship and stuff for this tournament is the Mowat Sportsmanship Award, which has been started this year. It came from an act of kindness demonstrated by Bernice McNaughton coach Nick Earl. Ben Mowat, who was the team manager and never let cerebral palsy interfere with his ability to support his team, was called on to hit the court in the 2018 Hoop Classic. The excitement in the gym and memorable evening that ensued touched the hearts and inspired all who witnessed it there on Global News. So Ben came in the game and made a shot, and the place went crazy, and it was a lot of fun. In honoring that act of kindness, the Mowat family is giving $5,000 over 10 years. And it's with great pride that the Hoop Classic welcomes this special tradition into our tournament. Our Hoop Classic committee will select 2 deserving individuals, 1 male and 1 female, to receive the annual Mowat Sportsmanship Award and a $250 honorarium to go towards sports fees, equipment, or post-secondary education or training. That is just a wonderful addition to the tradition at the Hoop, and I hope it, hope we find a way to continue it past the 10 years, because that's just a wonderful, wonderful idea and a great memory for everybody who was in the building and witnessed it online. And I'm sure if you YouTube Ben Mowat Hoop Classic, I'm sure you'll find it somewhere on YouTube or at Global News, because it was a wonderful moment. And we're going to have a wonderful moment here late, because one of these teams is going to end their Hoop Classic with a win, and we'll see who it's going to be. Into the post for Dominy, over to Candy. She's going to drive the lane, drop it off for Power, just a little too strong. Oh, but they create a turnover here, does Riverview, and they win it back. That arrow, I said, is so big. And Power didn't get up on the play, neither did Thompson. really got down on the floor, maintained possession for their team, and they got another shot to bring themselves closer. There she goes, and she's wide open as Brooke Power, but stuffed by Doiron. The pass just was a little bit late and enabled Doiron to recover and stuff her. And Doiron's been terrific inside for Mathieu. Alcada up top, fumbles it, recovers. Oh, and there goes Bertolin into the corner for Uden. Not there. Leotario on a step back, a big shot, really well defended by Riverview, but Bertolin collects, but not able to maintain possession off her foot out of bounds. And now a big one. 1 minute, yells Marc-André Leblanc. He wants this win for his kids more than anything. And there, this is the double team, and Uden gets caught, hand in the cookie jar. And now there's going to be shots for Riverview High School to bring them closer. 5 points is the deficit. Big shots for the grade 10, Addie Albert. Another big shot. Everything's big now. 2 missed shots, but Domini, will she run it down in the corner? She does. She keeps it alive. Candy has it knocked away. And now 1 minute remaining, and Lily Terrio is fouled by Brianna Thompson. That's not what you want. Not just yet. Would have been nice to play out that possession, try to get a stop, instead of put Lily Terrio on the line for 2 free throws. She misses the first, however. Maybe this works out for Riverview if they can secure a box out here. But she drains the second. Makes it a 2 3-pointer game, a 2-possession game here. Addie Albert up the floor. Bertolin in her pocket. There goes Candy. She's bodied by Uden, and Uden doesn't like the call, throws up her hands.
Foul on Matthew Martin, number 9, Ellie Uden. That's her second personal.
Only her second. She's played the whole game, playing physical defensively with only 2 as well. Oh, and a missed free throw by Candy. These are big ones from Riverview. They need this one, and then they need a stop. Short. He's looking for a foul. And look, oh, and Brooke Power looked like she might have got the steal, but it's going to be free throws again.
Number 5, Brooke Power. That's her 4th personal foul.
If Matthew can make some free throws, they're going to seal it. There's no doubt about it. There it goes. Bertolin, who's had a terrific tournament, thinks the first. Up for a second, back rim. Out to Candy, but there's Uden. And she's going to maintain the possession for Matthew, and everybody's going to have to foul again. Securing that free throw, that rebound off a free throw. Candy rushes over to, oh, and there's a pickoff by Addie Albert. What a huge play from the grade 10, but she misses the right-handed layup to pull them within 5. But she's not giving up. She's coming back at her. And Brianna Thompson now. I think the referees are sort of assuming that a foul wants to be made by Riverview. And she's going to foul out, does Brianna Thompson. But she played super hard. Loved her game. Loved watching it. She's in grade 11. She'll be back next year. So we talked about the seniors on Riverview. Jenna Alcada is a senior for Mathieu Martin, and she's worth knowing about. She's had a really, really good tournament. And she's an international baccalaureate program student. And we talked about it yesterday a little bit, myself and and my broadcast partners, we talked about Alcada all week, and Marc-Andre says if she's nodding in approval, he knows that he's communicated it properly to the team, Jen Alcada, and she's kind of the barometer. She's got a soccer background, she's really tough, and he just said she's a beautiful example of embracing a role and thriving at it as best she can, and there's no more apt tribute to a player than that. As Rowan Domini collects a rebound. The other grade 12 is Leoterio, who we've talked about, and it was well on the way of being, two more grade 12s, Leoterio and Olivia Doiron, who we've talked about at length, and we've just grown to really love their games all week, and the rest of these kids are back for Mathieu Martin, and those grade 12s are leaving the program in much better shape than they found it. And I know Marc-Andre Leblanc is excited for the future. And they're going to secure a win by the looks of things here, although nicely run play at the end for Marley Hansen for a 3 with 4.4 left at a 5-point lead. So timeout. Timeout by Matthew, and they're gonna move that moves it up to half court, and it's smart. I know there's only 5 seconds left, but it's a smart timeout from Marc-Andre. He moves the play up to half court and eliminates the possibility of some miracle crazy ending here. If Riverview picks it off underneath the hoop and gets a quick 2, that could be the only thing really that could risk a loss here for Matthew. So smart of Marc-Andre to move up to half court, move it that far away from Riverview's hoop. Really puts things to bed. So Matthew's going to end this 2021 DNA Swag Hoop Classic on a winning note. And Riverview isn't, but if you're a Riverview fan, I think you got some stuff to be optimistic about the rest of the season. There's definitely some combinations that I think Coach Rafferty found that he knows can give him some good minutes and work well together. Not to say the other kids he's going to relegate to the end of the bench or anything. He's got a lot of kids he wants to develop. And he's done a smart thing this tournament, playing all of his players, giving everybody experience, getting everybody run. And Uden, and trying to foul. But so a couple seconds run off the clock. Uden's going to get to the line for a couple more shots. Marley Hansen on the foul there, and this is how we're going to end. 2 free throws from Uden, and that's kind of apt for how good she's been today. Ella Uden has been terrific all tournament. 2 for 2 at the line, just like that for the grade 10. And an apt finish, and Mathieu Martin ends their tournament with a win. And I know Marc-Andre Leblanc is happy as he could be with his kids. Real encouraging stuff for his program to get a win here against the perennial power, Riverview High, who had a tough week, but a learning week. And I think Coach Rafferty's saying, guys, girls, we did a lot of good things, so, let's not get discouraged by an 0-3 record. Let's build on the stuff we did well. And there's lots of stuff there to build on. And particularly you want to point out the work today of Rowan Domini and Brooke Power. And either one of them, I think, would be apt choices for player of the game. For Mathieu Martin, you can go any number of ways. I might go with Alcada. Addie Albert gets a player of the game for Riverview. I got no problem with that. Addie's had a great week, grade 10, 2 more years.
Number 9, Ellie.
And I was just going to say Alcada or my choice, Uden, and I'm glad that Ellie, I butchered her name for the first game and a half. So Ellie, you deserve it. And I hope your family listening is, and everybody's getting applause, and well they should, for their efforts here. And so great first game here in the morning. our 9 o'clock game. We're going to be back here in, looks like 10 and a half minutes for game number 2. So buckle your seatbelts, fans. We'll see you in 10.